we now look Army, the Portuguese drivers, Minardi, Ford, another gap on the grid. Now that's Luca Badoer's space. The question is he coming out in the spare car? Taki Inui, the Japanese driver, the bald-headed chap is Brian Hart, who is the boss of Hart Engines from Harlow, whose V configuration engine is powering the Arrows, and there is Max Parpis's car. Now I saw Max Parpis in the Arrows avoiding the crash. He may have got involved later on. Now the remaining cars should have been Andrea Montemini, who we saw spin to a standstill on the exit to the pit lane, and you can see they're clearing up the mess. Tony Jardine, I believe, has been able to have a look at the wreckage of Katayama's car. Is that so, Tony?
Yes, it is. There have been bits of wreckage in the pit lanes was the force of... But I'm happy to say that looking at the chassis, it is definitely intact. The front wheel has been ripped off, but it looks like the suspension has done its job. It's not come back and right back towards the cockpit. One of the rear wheels is ripped off, but it looks really... It shows a testimony to the strength of these monocoques, as you were saying earlier. It looks in particularly good shape in terms of protecting the driver. Let's hope so anyway. They're now clearing up frantically at the end of the pit lane here, trying to get all the dust and debris off the track, ready for the restart. And Badoer's wrecked car went past as well. That has stood up well to the impact, but I'll go and try and find out if these other drivers are going to start their cars.
Yes, and there's quite dramatic changes to the car that John Maloney compared with last year. After the tragic accident to Ayrton Senna at Imola, there were new introduced, as a result of which the cockpit sides are a lot higher than they were last year. There's maximum for the driver, and it even extends to the sort of foam behind the driver's head that has to be used in order to ensure the maximum amount of safety in a sport which we mustn't delude ourselves will always be dangerous. It always has been, and it certainly always will be. Pole position, Coulthard is in the car, ready for the second restart in 2 races that he's experienced. The first one was his fault, that the restart in Italy. Well, that's not fair to David, actually. He went off on the formation lap, and then there was a pile-up behind him, and to be strictly accurate, it was that pile-up that stopped the race and enabled David Coulthard to get Damon Hill's spare car, which was set up in